Hello everyone and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Libra for the mid-December time period. I will let you decide what that means to you. Also, I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is a spread that I have for you today, dear Libra. Also, please remember this is a general reading. There will be parts that do not resonate with everyone. Only take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest behind. Now in the past position we have the Knight of Cups clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. In the obstacle position we have the Moon clarified by the Page of Swords. And in the present position we have the Three of Swords clarified by the Ten of Cups. And in the future outcome position we have Eight of Pentacles clarified by Judgment. So definitely it's going to feel a little bit tense family-wise around mid-December time period. It could be related to the holidays. You know, it's been stressful sometimes for people who have to travel, especially this year. So that should be definitely factored in. But there is a little bit of tension happening with family and friends, people that are in your sort of everyday life, or people that really mean a lot to you. So in the past position we have the Knight of Cups clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups is known to be sort of Prince Charming. He is gallantly riding in on his horse. He's the prince in shining armor. He's bringing a message because he's holding a cup, and he's bringing it, you know, cup that is full of love, cup that is full of caring. So it could be that in the past you had a really wonderful relationship, and it's clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, which brings security into the mix, because as we know, Pentacles are represented by earth element. This woman could represent your like a divine feminine. It could energy. It could also represent someone in your family, probably a female figure that had a really wonderful effect on this relationship that really meant a lot to you. That is represented here by the Knight of Cups. But definitely the Knight of Cups is someone who is known to bring news. Usually it's really good news that you're looking forward to, news that make you happy and overjoyed, of course, because cups contain water, and it is representative of emotions. It could be, you know, that you felt particularly creative and artistic in the past, and you did some traveling as well that made you sort of meet different people and create relationships that really had a wonderful effect on you and created a foundation that you continue to benefit from today. For some of you, it could mean that you had a romantic relationship and perhaps you continued to have it, but it really made you feel secure in your identity, secure in kind of your mutual love, and the relationship that kind of added to your identity as well, that really made you feel you know, good self-esteem and be sort of confident in your abilities, and, you know, be successful as well. I mean, the Knight of Cups is really positive. The Queen of Pentacles is really positive. The Pentacles, as we know, represent very much financial aspect of things, which brings security and help us achieve our dreams and goals, of course. Now in the obstacle position we have the Moon clarified by the Page of Swords. It is worrisome that you have the Moon as a significant card. It's a major arcana card in the negative position here, because as we know, the Moon represents the unknown. It represents facing your fears, choosing between what's right and what's wrong. And kind of, you know, the universe will give us these tests. The universe will give us these challenges to see how we handle them, so that more responsibility and more kind of awareness is then opened to you. So it's important, of course, to handle the test really well. But when you have the moon in the obstacle position, definitely suggests that you may be feeling a little bit lost, that you may be a little bit, lost in deceit, perhaps, of your own making. It could be that your intuition is blocked. You're not really sure, do I go to the right? Do I go to the left? Do I spill the beans and tell the truth? Do I not spill the beans and don't tell the truth? What is the best course of action here? The moon blocks your vision and it blocks your intuition, so that it's almost like you're feeling blind and deaf at the same time. You're like disoriented. You're unable to move forward without your senses. Like, she takes the senses away. It's a significant challenge, and the Page of Swords, of course, could mean that there's someone in your surrounding that is creating obstacles for you. Perhaps they are saying things behind your back a little bit. Perhaps they are kind of saying that, they did something when in fact they didn't. It could also be that you are doing the wrong thing and focusing on kind of going down the wrong path, because the pages represent immature energy. They are that kind of aspect of a human person that kind of say, oh, it's going to be fine, if I just cut a corner here. And unfortunately, that is creates difficulties down the road. It could be that you're rushing into something and feeling really impulsive about doing something, perhaps getting into a relationship or pursuing a project at work, or trying to organize an event or something. Doing something that is kind of impulsive, and it creates a little bit of a bumpy road that forces you to sort of pause and reevaluate where you may be heading. But at the same time, I'm just looking at the moon here, at the same time, the astrologists are all saying that on December 21st, still of this year, there's going to be a major shift. There's going to be a major shift with Saturn and Jupiter, which will open like the third eye, if you will, and the channels of the subconscious. We're going to kind of collectively elevate in our understanding of the world that we live in. So that will help you shed some light and which direction you're moving to, and it will kind of ground you a little bit and bring you back from the chaos. Now in the present position, we have the Three of Swords clarified by the Ten of Cups, and it could suggest that you may have a little bit of a difficulty in your family in December. It could be that people are not disagreeing with each other. Perhaps people are pulling in different directions, but there is some sort of a rift that is happening. There is some sort of a separation or distance that is created between people that were once very close and now they're not anymore. It could be that they are still intellectual, like in their mind, obviously they may still be close, but in their heart, there may be a little bit of a distance that is created, because the Three of Swords is a card that could mean separation or rejection. It could also mean betrayal or hurt or some sort of a disappointment, people not seeing eye to eye. And of course, coupled with the Ten of Cups, which represents family and joy, unity, it creates a little bit of a rift. Now in the future outcome position, we have the Eight of Pentacles clarified by Judgment, which is a really wonderful combination, because the Eight of Pentacles is all about focusing and concentrating and really putting in the hard work into something. It could be that you've decided that you want to put the time and the energy into a relationship that really means a lot to you, and to really go in on, in detail, and address certain things. And as a result of that, that find healing and find solace and find progress and optimism as well. It could be that you're focusing hard at work and maybe ignoring things that are happening at home because you want a little bit of peace of mind to yourself. But definitely you're focused on something, you're building something, you are creating something that is important to you, and you're putting in a lot of effort, you're putting in a lot of time, you're putting in a lot of thought into it as well. Of course, it's clarified by Judgment, another major arcana card, and Judgment suggests that there may be a decision that you will have to make, or it is made by someone that is really close to you, that affects you. Judgment is all about things that perhaps you've done in the past. If you've done good things in the past, then the Judgment is a card that will bring a reward. If you've done things that were not so great in the past, then of course Judgment is a card of consequences. Judgment is just a card of realignment in the universe. We are all vibrations, and all vibrations have to be realigned so that everything is balanced and kind of moves in the right direction. Generally, Judgment appears in a reading when there is a major transition happening in someone's life that is quite serious, and it affects sort of people around that person as well. Let's see if we can clarify some of this reading with the 3 energy oracle cards that I pulled, and they are... Yeah, we've got Man Holding a Coin, Goddess of the Moon, and Deceit. Yeah, there is deceit. It could be that there's deceit coming through this reading. So in the month of December, watch out. People that are the closest should be evaluated a little bit more carefully. Judgment is a card that suggests sometimes you're being watched. Perhaps you're being evaluated for something that you're doing. But Deceit is a really creepy card. I hate getting it. It's a card that suggests that you could be lying to yourself about something. You could be not addressing something within yourself, and as a result, you're seeing patterns repeat themselves on the outside. It could also be that someone close to you is not being very truthful with you, and that is definitely backed up by the 3 of Swords, the card of disappointment, betrayal, and at times cheating as well. The Goddess of the Moon, again we have the Moon. Here is the Moon in the obstacle position, and then we have the Moon as an oracle as well. I just want to double check that it is about intuition. So this card is about going within. This card shows an eternal spirit holding the bright reflective moon and standing in front of the crystal clear waters of a sparkling waterfall. Her arms are stretched upward, receiving the light of the moon, the light of inspiration. This card is all about intuition, the ability to receive insights from your soul's point of view. Receiving the card upright tells you that you have the power to get intuitive information on all types of issues, and now is the time to use it. The Goddess of the Moon brings you all sorts of information, from the mundane to the spectacular. For instance, you could get the urge to take a different route home from work and find out later that you've avoided a 3-hour traffic jam. Or you might have an idea for a great invention, a stock investment, or a spellbinding novel. This card could also indicate a significant blossoming of psychic ability and mediumship, even on a professional level. You're always blessed with this ability to connect, but this card is telling you that now is the perfect time to open up. Get ready for the amazing inspiration this brings. And of course, the man holding a coin could be a friend, a mentor, a teacher that you may have in your life that could potentially give you some financial advice, maybe help you budget better, maybe help you think about money differently. There are so many views on money out there. Some people completely have this, respectful view of money where every time they use it, they have a little bit of a ritual. It's really kind of wild, all the ways you can attract abundance, if you will. Let's see what answers from angels we have. I also pulled 3 answers from angels, and they are yes with an exclamation point, trust, and meditation brings answers. So yes, in order to resolve this deceit, make sure that you kind of calm your mind down, and that is usually done with breathing techniques. And then when you meditate, you shut off the white noise of all the the world around, all other people's opinions, expectations, attachment to outcome, all these different interferences that are in our brain. Meditation is like turning on a radio and finding just the right channel that you stay with for on the same sort of frequency. And you could turn on meditation when you're falling asleep, when you're waking up. You could use it differently in the car, if you're driving somewhere, although it has to be active meditation, if you will. But definitely the divine here is saying, focus your mind so you become more aware of the surroundings, of the people that are around you, of the thoughts that you are thinking on a daily basis, and hopefully they are more positive rather than negative. And have faith, trusting that you set the intention. Like if you're trying to attract abundance, you set the intention and then you let it go. Because when you are constantly thinking about is it going to manifest, is it going to manifest, is it going to manifest, then you're interfering with the actual manifestation. It's important. It's like putting an order in Amazon. You purchase something, you put in your order, and then you leave it alone, and it arrives whenever it says it will arrive. And sometimes it's important to be open-minded, because people that are around us can bring us our manifestations, can actually make them come true, because they are used by the universe as the energies that make them come true. I hope that makes sense. And of course, yes with an exclamation point, which is really, really wonderful. You are going to have a wish come true in the month of December. I think you're going to be really tickled, and I hope that you really, really enjoy the holidays as well. Libra, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. Tune back in later this week. I will be doing yearly reading for Libra, so you want to make sure to check that out as well. Again, thanks for visiting, and I will see you next time.